Well, it's also like, yeah, you maybe spend $200 on a tool, but you go and do the job again. That tool saves you an hour of frustration.
Mm.
It saves you your hands getting cut up. Like, okay, yeah, you spend a bit of money, but you know how many times it's been nice to be able to be like, oh, I have a socket that's specifically good for that type of job. You
Mm-hmm.
pull it out, and the job, instead of taking half an hour of frustration, it's a 30-second thing.
Makes life easier for you.
And it pays itself off very quickly. So
There you
yeah, it's
go.
expensive, but it is an investment in yourself at the end of the day.
So thinking back now, you're out of high school. When did you sign up for school? What school did you go to in your secondary school?
Secondary school, I started at Mohawk up in Hamilton, and then I realized about 3 weeks in it was a pre-apprentice program, meaning that after that 2-year program, I would then have to enlist in another 2-year program.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste time, so I dropped the program 3 months in, and nothing against the institution or the teachers, the professors, everyone was fantastic, but I'm not waiting to get my schooling done. You know, like, if I want to learn, I want to learn.
Oh, that's great.
Exactly. So dropped it, and then I enrolled in Centennial at Scarborough.
And that couldn't have been easy, because that's not an easy school to get into.
Nope.
Centennial's one of the highest regarded schools in the trade. It's very, I mean, myself and Drew and Mark all went to Mohawk.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you didn't put a downer on Mohawk, because we'd take you out back. But yeah, no, we had our training through Mohawk, and nothing wrong with it. But Centennial, I know you had to have the grades and everything to be able to go there. So
it was. I'm very
and
glad.
stay there.
Yeah.
Not just
not just go there,
not
but
just
to
go
stay
there,
there.
but stay
Holy
there.
cow! Like the amount of nights I'd go to bed at 2 a.m. studying, and then be up at 5:15 to drive there, because I was driving there every day. Yeah, and it was some mornings fly there in 45 minutes, other mornings 2 hours.
So did you get a placement before you started school, or did you get school and then you had to find someone that would sign you on?
I had a placement prior, and I'm not going to bash anyone, but it was an interesting placement is what I'll say.
Okay.
So I was learning more at home, breaking and fixing my own stuff, than I was where I was at. And I was like, okay, like.
And that's not uncommon. So let me stop you there and say the majority of shops out there, the apprentice is the bottom rung of the totem pole, so to speak, bottom rung of the ladder. I don't know what other terminology I can use. That's appropriate.
Lube tech, grease monkey.
Grease monkey. I mean, that's going back through generations. That's what it's always been.
Yep.
So I don't think that's any slight on any one particular individual or organization. When I started with GM, my first day, my shop manager handed me a broom and said, I want you to sweep this entire shop. It was a big shop. It was 16 bay.
Holy cow.
Dealership. And it was massive square footage. And, I was joked at all day by the guys, because I'm a big guy. I was a big guy back then, 6'2", and a young strapping lad like yourself, early 20s. And they made jokes of me because I came in wearing a green jumpsuit, a green overalls. So everybody called me the furnace cleaner, because the furnace cleaner's here sweeping the floors, because I didn't match anybody else, because of course I didn't have uniforms. That was my first day.
The first day, yeah.